I stumbled upon a very early video from what I think is the first week I started FPV flying. Lately I felt like I've been learning really slowly, but it was quite fun to see the progress through the months. So I thought, why not document this and make it into a video? We see great pilots out there on YouTube every day doing crazy stuff, so this is aimed to be a bit more grounded and show the progress that a middle-aged average dork can expect. I started with a Neo 2 combined with the DJI RC NC3, the one where you use your phone as a screen. At first, I thought I just wanted to do some cinematic flying, but I soon stumbled onto the FPV scene on YouTube, and I loved the sensation of freedom it seemed to give. I got myself the Remote Controller 3, and I already had the M3 goggles from a work project. Here we see the humble beginnings of this journey with very wobbly control. This early footage is also stabilized and rock steady, so it looks a lot smoother than it really was. I avoid close contact and gaps and have very little confidence, but hey, I am moving at least. I must say that the Neo 2 was the perfect starter. It's really nice to have the instant pause button on the controller, and the fact that you can change the camera angle on the fly is absolutely great. Now let's see the progress 1 month ahead. Now the snow has melted a bit, but still very wet outside. This is also a nice feature of the Neo 2. It does have some protection against water coming in. I'm now able to fly a bit faster and play a bit more, but still very uncertain in my movements. As a reference, I think I flew about 6 packs per week, so around 40 to 50 minutes of training. I did also run the lift-off simulator quite a bit, and a huge shout out to Joshua Bartrell and his Learn to Fly an FPV drone. This structured my progress and made it a lot easier. Hey, I even managed to hit a few gaps here and there. Nothing impressive, but it's something. This one I remember especially well. It felt so fast when I went through it. Now, what is the next logical step after Neo 2? Well, the Nazgul Evoke 5-inch, of course. I honestly don't know what I was thinking when I got this one. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing drone, but it would have been more sensible to go with a tiny Whoop or something. I also transitioned to a Radio Master Boxer Crush and the ELRS protocol. It took a while to get used to the new controller and the pinch grip, but I did feel more in control, so it was a good thing. I was still flying the Neo 2, but the thrill of this faster drone took over more and more. I now have a bit more precision in my movements, and I can make the drone go somewhat where I want, but I am sliding a lot around the corners and taking them wide. The difference in power you get from the Neo 2 to this one is absolutely astounding. I now start to get a bit closer to objects and try some variants of tricks, such as orbits and spins. Rough for sure, but with intention. We'll now fast forward to May, and I get a hold of one of my favorites. The Beta FPV Pavo Pro 2 with the O4 Pro. A 3S Cinewhoop, but it has the ability to get a decent camera angle, so it's really a versatile drone. Where I was at this time, it fit perfectly. Good speed, amazing footage, and flight times of 7 to 8 minutes if you're doing cinematic flying, and above 5 if you throw it around a bit. I now have tighter control, and a part of this I attribute to Velocidrone. I got a bit bored of liftoff and thought I'd try racing, and I was hooked again. I remember trying this earlier, before I even had control of the aircraft, and wondered how anyone could even fly these things. But after a while you get the hang of it, and racing tracks and chasing your best time pushes you through some barriers. The downside, though, is that you need to use your soldering iron a bit more. Faster in the simulator means you'll get faster in real life, and crashes start to hurt a lot more. With racing comes the urge to try lower latency flying, so enter HD0. At first, I hated it. The image quality was so poor compared to DJI, and even today I am split about its usefulness. I am able to be more precise, but when I fly in forests and such, image clarity means I'll see more branches and twigs and will be able to react a lot better on DJI. When you're running tighter gaps or corners, HD0 will shine though. And even if this camera has its limits in dynamic range, I am starting to get over the issues. I can now run pretty tight corners and play around a bit more. I am trying to do more tricks like split S, matty flips and such, but it's still a bit hit and miss. My flight time has increased and I try to get in a few flight sessions in the early mornings. I do live close to the coastline, so wind is always an issue, but mornings are usually quite calm, and I've gotten more and more fond of 1 to 2S drones at this time. It's always nice to take them out in the backyard to fly a few laps without too much preparation. Just charge the batteries and go. Now, this brings me to the present time. The Meteor 75 Pro is now my go-to. Small enough to rip around the backyard, but big enough to withstand some winds. It's not quite as agile as a tiny Mobula, but quite maneuverable anyways. Today I can handle the craft with a bit of speed and hit quite small gaps. I'm still struggling with the matty flips, but I'm getting there at least. So this is pretty much where I'm at the end of June after starting mid-February. I'm currently still loving it and I see no real end in sight. These tiny whoops are amazing and you get a lot of positive interactions when you're out and about. You do get a bit of flack every now and then, but so far if you explain it, everything has worked out fine. Now, if you want to start with this hobby, I cannot recommend it enough. I would, however, advise you to go with a tiny whoop and not a 5-inch as your first real drone though. Thanks for your time and sticking with me. I'll see you sometime in the future.